It's a weird time right now. There are a lot of things that feel like they could go very wrong at the moment.
We don't often have the opportunity to just stop and completely rethink a system.
We are reconstructing the world because some problems should not exist in the first place.
What would you do if you didn't have to have the bread on your table and the roof over your head? What kind of job would you look for? What would you do with your passions and your hobbies? We want to sort of liberate people to get to that stage.
This is how I would imagine the future can be.
Instead of constantly trying to change people, which science shows is quite slow to do, you could also create a system which changes itself.
The main problem we are looking at is that we try to solve problems in a very separating approach.
The commons have been plundered and many people have no access to their basic needs.
How then do you change this paradigm?
If we stop building business models and making profits and have ownership, which is basically not about ownership, but keeping other people out.
If nature were a person, what would he or she or they do to essentially keep themselves in balance?
One of our inspirational sources, which is also why I like this Nature 2.0 track, has always been the rhizome. And the rhizome is the network of roots under a set of trees.
What can UBI learn from blockchain? But what can UBI learn from mycelium? Now, there's a lot of answers in both of those questions.
We haven't broken it down to specific technologies, but on the other side, we also didn't have limit ourselves to these approaches. Let it be like something like as a Lego brick or a building block for others, so that they can take it and they can use it in their approach. So it's a very great multiplier.
And our dream is to build critical infrastructures up in such a way that problems no longer exist.
We know that we don't want a situation like it is right now. Again, like a forest, we want to plant something new, make it so it takes care of itself.
We have a non-profit mission by which we're bound through technologies, through blockchain and smart contract is completely immutable.
Bringing back a feeling of empathy and being able to connect with people who are different.
Many years we were more like mass conception, and now it's more about mass collaboration.
This time I really wanted to join a challenge which didn't have any limitations, which was driven by this co-creation spirit.
If we want to change the world, it has to be a kind of a big project directed towards someone.
I literally got goosebumps. I was like, this is it. With this thing that he wants to build, it's huge. It's very complex and hard to understand, but we can make a change with this.
And what I think is so unique about this specifically is that this hackathon affords an opportunity to work outside of those boundaries and limitations. It's like bringing people together into a bubble for the sake of opening up everyone else's bubbles.
This whole arena is actually much more beneficial if everyone was involved rather than just certain types of people.
To reinforce the huge invitation to anyone and everyone with whatever brain they have and are willing to borrow to work with us.
We want to create the biggest community as possible so we can all become part of one big team and help each other.
They say iron sharpens iron and one man sharpens another. I would say that's the best thing about hackathons. We can be friends at the end of the hackathon and hang out, spend some time being friends, but at hackathons it's war.
And everyone and everything will gain from this. And if it's done, we can lie down on a clean beach, watch the turtles, build sandcastles and have a cocktail and relax.